And we are back for part 3 of episode 4 of Coyote Canyon. So to bring us back, I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Hey, mister. I'm mighty thirsty.
Oh yeah? I'm drinking some Nitro Thirst.
Nitro Thirst? You mean that new energy drink?
That's right, Andy.
Who?
Nitro Thirst gives me the proportional speed and strength of one man plus one small iguana.
Gee, mister, that sure sounds strong.
Settle down, Timmy.
My name's not Tim.
Nitro Thirst is the most powerful diuretic available on the market, so you can drink more and more and more. So stop with all that pointless coffee and guzzle down some Nitro Thirst.
Sir, did you make that noise with your mouth?
Do you have a presentation due at the law firm tomorrow morning? One can of Nitro Thirst a day actually eliminates the perceived human need for sleep.
I'm 7.
Side effects may include dizziness or lightheadedness may occur, especially when you first start or increase your dose of this drink.
Sir,
Increase the
you're
risk of
scaring
dizziness,
me.
lightheadedness, or falling. Get up slowly when rising from a sitting or lying position.
Remember that your doctor has prescribed this
Where
drink.
are all your
Or she has
fingernails?
judged the benefit to you is greater than the risk of side effects. Many people using this drink do not have serious side effects. This drink may raise your blood pressure. Check your
Sir,
blood pressure
that's a
regularly.
pigeon, not your
Tell your
flip-flop.
doctor right away if any of these serious side effects occur. Confusion, easy bruising, bleeding, decreased interest in sex, changes in sexual ability.
Mister,
Muscle cramps,
you've
weakness,
dropped
tremors,
one of your
difficulty urine,
teeth.
unusual decrease in the amount of urine. Signs of liver problems such as stomach, abdominal pain, persistent nausea, vomit, yellowing of the eyes or skin, or dark urine. Get medical help right away if you have any
Should
of
you
these
really
serious
keep
side effects.
drinking those?
Black,
That's
white,
your
vomit,
8th
looks like
can.
hot. Seizure, eye pain, swelling, or redness. Eye pain, swelling, or redness. Vision changes, such as seeing windows around light.
Did you get all that, Norman?
No, you've been staring in the middle distance and screaming.
That's the power of Nitro Thirst!
Speed, power, Nitro Thirst. Available in 32-ounce and 64-ounce cans.
64-ounce cans.
Those are some big cans.
Huge cans.
It's the power of Nitro Thirst. So coming back, Orion and Frankie, you two are currently just outside of the Anderson door. Jamie is now no longer stinky, and he's looking a little sleepy, but he's just kind of wandering not too far away from you guys because it's very dark down here. But just kind of looking at the doors and stuff while the two of you are fitting the stones together. Correct? That's what you guys are doing?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So you've got the 3 stones you've gotten so far. They're just kind of on the floor. Who wants to put them together?
I guess I'll do it.
volunteer Orion, yeah.
Yeah.
So Orion, you take 2 of the stones, and well, actually, you take all 3, and you start like puzzling it out because they fit in very specific ways, and then 2 of them set together, almost with like a click, and the seam that was there before just vanishes into one like entire piece. Then you take the last piece and you're trying to fit it, but it doesn't seem to fit on either end.
Okay. I'll just keep them both in my bag for now.
Was that
Okay.
the newest piece that doesn't fit anything?
It was the first piece, actually.
Oh, okay. We're fine then. Maybe.
So you put both of them in your pack. At this point, Clay and Penny, you're standing outside of the door that's slightly ajar.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna.
Where are you, Kimberly?
I'm still looking. I'm looking at the doors on our side. So the last one I looked at was Benenson, and then I was gonna look in Williams and Jamieson's.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'll come back to you guys in a second. Let me finish up with Kimberly's arc here. You open the door to the Jamiesons. You open into like a bedroom, like a master bedroom, and there is currently no one in the room. There is some medical equipment next to the bed, though.
Okay.
It's a fairly modest house. There's not a lot of like heavy decor. It's just pretty plain. There's another door on the opposite side that is currently closed.
Okay. And I don't hear anything. It doesn't have that weird feel about like not being in Coyote Canyon.
No.
Okay. All right, last one, Williams.
Okay. You back out. You close the door, and you go to the door marked Williams. You open the door, and it's just pitch darkness.
All right, I'll flash my flashlight in.
Nothing.
It's just pitch black. There's nothing in there.
Yeah. Would you like to feel around?
No, not really. Like, I wouldn't mind like touching the wall to see if there's a light switch, but I'm not going inside. Like,
Okay.
I'm very
So-
cautious of these doors.
So you extend your hand over to like the wall, and it just passes, almost like there is no wall. And you just feel the other side of the door frame.
Huh.
So you're like, here's the door frame. You like stick your hand out, and it's like this. There's no wall there. Just empty space.
Okay. I'm gonna close that door.
Door closes.
All right, then I'm gonna probably go join Orion and Frankie.
Okay. You see Orion and Frankie, they have just fitted 2 of the stones together, and they have 1 large stone and 1 small stone.
So you found a stone. That's exciting.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure. Well, Orion changed a diaper on the
Interesting.
sneaky kid, so now
Hi.
he's a little less sneaky.
Don't go in there for many reasons.
And while he was doing that, I murdered an elderly man.
You
The
what?
last whiffs of light were
Yeah,
on a
just-
stinky diaper.
So
Why
anyway,
did you
what
murder someone?
It
Well,
wasn't-
that's just normal for an old person.
Yes.
what did you discover through your doors?
Well, Williams had nothing. Literally pitch black space. It was void. And Jameson, it was just a bedroom with medical equipment next to it. And Benenson was really weird because it had this like weird air to it. It didn't feel like Coyote Canyon. And it
Or
was
did
just
it feel
kinda-
like a different climate?
I don't really know how to explain it. It just didn't feel like Coyote Canyon properly, and it looked like some like druggies run down old place. It was really strange. Yeah, that's about it for the doors that I found.
I'm guessing we're not going to find 2 stones right next to each other.
Probably not.
We take. It was like a little shack you were looking into, or
It just seemed like a rundown little place that just wasn't taken care of. And like there's a mattress on the ground and like, yeah, no, it was just.
I don't want to step on any needles or
Yeah,
anything.
no,
so I'll just
me
call
either.
that one.
Just say no to drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, that
You hear-
campaign in a few years is going to do outstanding, I'm sure.
That campaign is currently happening.
Oh, okay.
Nancy Reagan.
Is Dare the 90s?
There's the 90s.
Dare is the one that failed miserably.
Well, no, they both failed miserably.
Oh, okay.
Moving on. So all of you are kind of just standing in the hallway. Clay and Penny have been gone for an odd amount of time.
Do you think
You
we
want to
should?
meet up with them?
Yeah,
They might have
should
stepped on
probably
like
find 'em.
needles or something. Go check on them.
Ugh.
I'll pick up Jamie again.
He like nestles himself on your shoulder and just falls asleep.
Hey, Frankie, can I lean on you? I'm still in a lot of pain.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks. You're the best.
You begin to head in the direction of the experimental hallway. As Clay and Penny, you are still standing in front of the slightly ajar door labeled cache.
While Clay is looking at the door, I'm gonna look behind us again because obviously we didn't hear this door open or anything come out of it.
Which way are you
And-
looking? The way of the elevators
way
or
of
the
the-
way that you came?
The way of the elevators.
Okay. You look
Because
back
that's
in the direction of the elevators. You remember 3 bodies pinned to the walls. Now there's 2.
No. Which one is gone?
The furthest one.
So there's still like a head on the floor from the first one?
There isn't.
Oh no.
Is it back up with its body?
It is.
Super. I'm going to take out the hammer and the little
So
axe pick from
So-
my toolkit.
So I feel Penny like kind of pushing up against me because like she's so scared, and so like I grab her arm and I go, "It's all right, Penny. It's all right. Don't be frightened."
Here you go. Let's go.
I gotta take a peek in here real quick, just right quick, Penny. Just right quick. Okay, but we still gotta figure this out. So hold on. So I take out my flashlight and I open the door slightly more and I look inside.
Inside, you see several things. There are restraints that are just kind of on the floor. There is a pod, not like the one that Frankie and Ryan saw, not that you saw those, but it's a cell really on the corner of the room that's made of like bars. Inside there's like different toys and stuff, and like books, just stuff to keep a person entertained. I say toys, I mean like Rubik's cubes and just stuff to keep a person active or doing something. In the opposite side of the wall, there are like coats that are kind of hung up. There's like 12 coats that are currently like hung up on like pegs. They look like lab coats, I suppose. And on the wall, the furthest wall from the window, there is a massive gash that is cut down the center of the room, and it is made of that same silvery material, only it looks like it's leaking into a different place entirely. Beyond it, you see dark grass and a green sky.
Beyond like the sort of gash in the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a rather big room because it's got the full length of the window, right?
Yep.
So I just
in the very center of the room. Okay. In the very center of the room, there is a like tube that is secured on the floor and on the top, like the top section. There's wires and stuff hanging inside of the tube. It is cracked down the middle, and some fluid is like escaped and puddled around this large tube. The wires look like they've been pulled and frayed from their location, almost like something escaped.
Okay. That's the middle of the room, and I'm basically opening the door all the way and like looking, just scanning all the way to the other side of the room.
The curtain that's hiding the entire thing is completely closed. There doesn't seem to be a break. It looks like you slide the entire thing for an observation or something. In the furthest section of the room where the other door was, looks like there's another like operations cell with like glass paneling. It looks like some kind of small control room.
Okay.
Roll brains for me. Seven. With a 7, you see that one of the cloaks is missing. There were 12, now there's 11.
Okay.
You look back at the direction of the window, and there's a man standing there. He has no face.
The direction of the big window.
Yeah.
Okay.
You looked at the cloaks for a moment, noticed one was missing. You look back at the window, and there is a faceless man standing at the window.
All right.
He is wearing a lab coat.
I'm gonna close the door.
You start to close the door, and a foot stops it. As another figure kind of like slides out from behind the door. A faceless man. That his glare is looking direct, like his face is looking in your direction.
Okay. Where's Colt?
He's with the rest of the
With us.
Okay. So I yell for Colt.
You had to look in.
Colt!
You guys, as you're moseying your way down this dark hallway, you hear Clay yelling for Colt.
Oh,
I'm obviously right
something's
there.
wrong.
Can I go over there.
Oh yeah, you're standing right next to Clay.
Yeah. So, well, but I didn't. Okay, so did I see all of that?
Did you look in the room with Clay, or were you looking at
She wasn't
that?
looking.
Now that he's yelled, I'm looking.
Yeah, you're looking and you're slowly picking up on what's going on. You do see the faceless man standing at the doorway.
Glaring at Clay.
Yeah.
Well, it's faceless. It can't glare.
Well, for all intents and purposes.
Clay, as you turn to like yell out for Colt, you see the security guard type person that was standing and that was like once on pinned to the wall is now standing not too far from you. His face is kind of like peeling off, and behind it is a faceless man.
I'm gonna attack that one.
Okay, so roll fight. Clay, the one in the lab coat, it grabs your wrist.
Yeah. I've got which wrist? The one with that I have the flashlight with, or the other one?
I don't know which one's holding what.
Okay, I'm gonna say that he's got my free hand, and
Sure.
I'm gonna use my flashlight to just like bang it, so he'll try to get him to let me go.
All right, roll fight. Penny, you lunge at the security guard looking one. I'll get to you in a second, Clay. You lunge at the security guard looking one. And what are you using for a weapon?
I have a hammer and a little ice pick, so
Okay.
I'll probably swing with the hammer first.
Right, you club with the hammer, you get him right at the temple, and the entire thing just kind of crumples like a piece of paper on the ground, like a coat that just kind of falls apart. The rest of you, what are you doing?
Well, I think we're kind of booking it as fast as we can over to them.
We hear that.
Yeah, you guys come around the corner and you see one faceless man currently grabbing onto Clay. The hand is now merging into Clay's hand. And you see its face kind of opening up and about to swallow Clay's face. As Clay's kind of holding him off with his arm, and that's also starting to like symbiote into this paper mache hollow.
Colt, can you help him? Can you just like absorb Clay and just like help?
Clay is going to run towards. Colt is going to run towards Clay. What are the rest of you doing? Because you watch Penny as she just clubs one and it just crumbles.
Can
to the
I
ground.
just run with Colt, and while Colt scoops away Clay, I could just bash it with my flashlight?
Sure. Frankie, go ahead and roll fight. I don't have a roll for Colt, so I'm just going to roll with what I think his flight is. Okay. So Colt reaches Clay and kind of consumes him just to like get him inside the suit. He manages to consume everything but the arms. So like Colt's arms are just kind of flapping, trying to like grab around the parts that are already kind of consumed. And then Frankie, you run up and you club the hollow on the side of the head. And it crumples to the ground. It releases Clay, and the suit fully forms around Clay.
I'm going to use a token to do the consumption, and I'm going to go after the other faceless.
Okay, you're using one power token?
Yeah.
Got it. As the maw opens, it begins to consume the crumpled hollow that's already starting to get back up from the ground, and completely consumes that hollow. The other one that Penny took down is already starting to like, its arm is up and starting to like climb back into like a solid form, and you managed to consume that one as well. That's when you notice two more security guards standing at the far end of the space. These have nightclubs.
They have what?
Nightsticks.
Nightsticks, yeah.
Devour them, bird.
Yeah.
On Penny's end or mine and Kimberly's end? Because what I'm assuming it. Okay, go.
On Penny's end, these two appear. Orion, this. Yeah, towards the elevator. Orion, this is when you hear Jamie say, "Funny men." You turn around, and the way you came, all of those hollows that were in the tunnels are starting to make their way up the staircase.
Okay.
Clay.
So yeah,
Hollows.
I've turned around now towards the entrance of the hallway with Colt, and I'm trying to like absorb as many as I can. And I shout to everybody, go, y'all, take it, hurry to the elevator.
Towards
The what?
faceless
I said, go towards the elevator.
elevator. Yeah, but that's where the other.
There's 2 security guards.
But you guys can beat them
Yeah.
while I
Go through
fight the
them.
other ones.
We got-
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
making sure. So I'm gonna lunge for the next.
Yeah, can I
Okay.
talk to the other one?
And just
Yeah.
like.
You two go and roll fight for me. As Clay, roll flight to get to the other end of the hallway with Colt.
I guess I'll try to run past and get the elevator button pushed.
Oh, okay. Roll flight for me then. Frankie, you don't bother running up to it. You just chuck your flashlight at it, and the entire thing just kind of like goes like a blanket and flying over to the wall, and the flashlight kind of weighs it down to the ground. As Penny, you run up to try and like hit it. This one dodges and hits you across the head with the baton.
Ooh. Okay.
Do I get a fail token for that?
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
So you're dazed, as this one is starting to attempt to consume you.
Can I back her up on that one?
You can. You don't have a weapon at the moment because you threw your flashlight.
Okay,
I'll
so
So I got a pretty good flight. Can I just kick that one
Yeah.
in the butt to push it over?
Sure, why not? Penny, you get cracked across the head as the other one falls apart due to the flashlight. Orion, holding a small child, lunges forward and pushes him off to the side. He kind of falls apart. He doesn't fully crumple to the ground, but he does fall kind of to the side and is out of the way. Penny, you're kind of dazed, so it's not trying to consume you because Orion pushed it out of the way.
Yeah.
And Orion, with a couple of leaps and bounds, you make it to the end of the hallway, and you're at the elevators. You start pushing the button as quickly as you can, just hearing the low skittering noises of these strange hollows, making it more and more, making it into the space. The way is clear. Clay, you get to the other hallway, and there's like dozens of hollows starting to like walk into the space.
It wasn't my intention to run to the end of the hallway. I was just turning around to face them to try to hold them off while everyone runs.
Okay, then I'd say that there's 2 or 3 currently in front of you that are starting to move in your direction, and you're like just scooping them up one by one.
Yeah. How's that elevator coming?
Can I pick my flashlight back up?
It's currently weighing down the dude, but if you want to pick it up, you can.
Oh, I guess I'll leave it on the paper mache guy.
I mean, you can pick it up if you'd like to have your flashlight back. That's not a problem, but...
No, I'll just keep my garbage flashlight that I already had on me then.
Okay. Are all of you running towards the elevator?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm like slowly
So,
like
well,
backing.
no one else is currently in danger. Nothing's trying to consume anybody, right?
No, Penny has a pretty bad headache.
Okay. You good, Penny? Let's go.
You guys start backing up slowly as Clay, you're just kind of holding the line, scooping up any of the hollows that get near you. As you guys are all about halfway down the hallway, there's about 24 of these hollows that Clay is trying to scoop up one by one. You only used the 1 token, so it's a much slower process to consume. I need you to roll a fight for me to see if you can fight off being overwhelmed by the sheer amount. 3.
I'll add both of my tokens to that.
Okay. With a 5, you're keeping up with the pacing, but it's getting more and more difficult to scoop them up as they get closer and closer to lunging and grabbing you. Colt can't absorb the energy until the power is done being used.
Can I light a flare? and just throw it into the mass?
Sure. You pick up a flare and you crack it and throw it. As it hisses to life, it hits one of them and immediately bursts into flames. As you hear this horrible screeching noise from it, it's like paper just filtering and falling apart. As in its death wails, it's starting to touch others, and those are catching on fire as well.
Excellent.
Okay,
yeah.
Way back when, I also took a big clump of our color bonfire stuff.
Yep.
Can I take a chunk of that and huck it into the flames as well?
Sure. You grab a small section. It's kind of a clay now because it was in the water, so it kind of like solidified. But you just rip off a small piece and you throw it in the mix. I need you to roll a fight for me, Orion.
Ooh. I'll put in my adversity tokens. Both of them.
Okay. Because you're putting in adversity tokens, you feel a strange tingling sensation as you're using this clay. You don't know what it is, but at midair, it kind of catches fire. This blue flame sails into the flare and immediately explodes like a firework. It kind of bounces off several of them, and anything it touches, it just vanishes. As the blue flame begins to engulf and consume, kind of like a wall of these hollows, they begin to back away from it.
Side note, has the elevator opened?
Yeah, I was about to say before you were going to throw the thing, I was saying at this point you hear ding!
Let's go, guys! Come on!
There's a bright blue flame burning in the center there. There's no more hollows that you can consume. There's a wall that's holding everything off. Do you release the power?
Yeah.
Okay. As you release the power, he does regain 3 points.
Yay.
Well done, cult.
Well done, everybody. You're all doing a great job.
Is Jamie still asleep?
We're like funny people.
No, he heard the explosion from the firework. He's kind of like awake now, a little bit like dazed, and he's like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, just like old times, Jamie.
Bonfire. He's pointing at the giant flames.
Are we safely in the elevator now?
Yeah, all of you guys cram into the elevator. There's 3 buttons on the panel.
What numbers?
You're currently, the one that's lit up is the one marked B for basement. Then there's 2 and 1.
That's
with
it.
a star
1
next to it.
That should get us to the very top, right?
The one with the star is the ground level.
Yeah.
Right. So isn't that where we want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1. I hit it.
Okay, you hit the 1 button. Nothing's happening.
I hit the other button.
You wait a few moments. Closed. You wait a few moments, and then the door closes. That's how elevators work.
I'm gonna take off now that the doors are closed. I'm gonna take off the cold head. I'm just gonna hold it. I'll go out to Jamie real quick and look at him like straight in the eye with a smile and go, wah, 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 wah.
And he like grabs your hand and he tries to do the same with his mouth. As the elevator slowly...
Sorry, I told you to shut up, Jamie. I feel real bad about that.
He says, "Shut up, Jamie." As the elevator is kind of going up, it's going slowly. There's music playing. It's really old music. The elevator goes ding. The doors open. It looks like a storage closet.
Is there a door or something?
Well, I say storage closet. It's a very large room. There's like balls and stuff, just covered in dust. there's a small ladder that leads up to like a panel.
Okay, let's go there.
But there's no other like door on any like
Nothing
wall.
you can see.
I think the panel is our best bet.
There's a couple
Alright.
boxes. There's things draped over with some stuff.
I'm gonna take a quick look around.
Roll brains. 3. It looks like gym equipment.
Okay.
Generally, and from up above, you hear a whistle blow.
The school?
I'm gonna climb up the ladder and just open the flap.
The flap opens, and then you hear like a rumble of voices up above. Are you looking out?
Well, I've got my cold head back on, so I pop up.
So you pop up, and you see your immediate sight is a bunch of basketball players, very confused, and the stands with all of your classmates just look at you and be like, Quill, as you have just have opened a hatch in the middle of the basketball court in the auditorium.
Go, just go.
Do we have like in our school? I don't know if we ever established this. In our school, do we have like a full like separate gym, or is it one of those like multi-purpose room cafetoriums?
Yep, it's a multi-purpose cafetorium.
Okay. So yeah,
you opened up into the middle of a pep rally. It was impromptu. You guys missed it because you didn't go to school in the morning. But because of all the festivities going on, they decided to do a pep rally for the school.
So
All right, guys, we gotta play along.
How?
We're gonna play along, and then we'll sneak out through the side door after it looks like our bit's over.
Okay.
Clay, you lead the way.
I'm gonna lead the way. I'll pretend to be the quail, and y'all come up and just do a dance behind me. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. So I like zoom up and like I get out and like waving to everybody and just
The crowd goes wild. Like apparently, like people have been worried that Quill wasn't going to show up at the pep rally.
And it's like a surprise.
Yeah, the suit was missing this entire time, so like no one could find it. So it's been kind of somber. And then he shows up in the middle of the floor, like it was amazing.
I'm like pointing at people and just like, yeah.
Quill.
Can I
Do
just
the
climb out and start
handstand.
doing
Do the
jumping jacks?
handstand. So Frankie, you come out, you start doing jumping jacks.
Guys, come on.
At that, roll charm. Quill has a reason to be there.
Oh no, well, we all gotta get out.
Yep.
Let me see. Where's Charm? It's fine.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'll spend both my tokens on that.
This is important.
Yeah. I have clout I gotta keep up.
Okay. With a 4, people are like, is Frankie helping? Quill?
I like point at Frankie and I'm like, yeah.
And then I want to scream, squawk, squawk!
And then like the entire school picks up on it immediately. Everyone's just shouting squawk, squawk at the top of their lungs. It is
Oh
the
my
funniest thing that's happened all year.
Guys, come on, please, we gotta get out of here.
I'm up. I'm out. I'm up and out.
No,
of
you
there.
gotta do jumping jacks. You gotta do jumping jacks.
I can't. I literally cannot.
Oh.
I have a broken rib.
Kimberly, you come out like limping, holding your side.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Roll grit for me to not immediately start crying. Okay. You're keeping your composure. You're slowly starting to realize that you have like sweaty pits, and like your hair's a mess. You're probably covered in all kinds of dust.
Yeah.
The anxiety's starting to hit you, and you're in so much pain right now.
I'm still like bouncing around waving and like I point at Kimberly like waving her too as if she's part of it.
Kimberly.
Hey, let's go, guys.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
You come out of the random hidden compartment in the middle of the stage. What do you do?
I'm going to just
Strike
kind of popular. I'm going to strike a pose Flash a smile. Yeah.
Roll charm.
Hair toss.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Penny, you strut out of the compartment and you strike a pose, and the crowd goes nuts. You hear squawk squawks, you hear Kimberly's, you hear Penny's. Like it's chaos. The Quill his name is being chanted right now. Like you see administration like at the far end, and they're like, "What is happening right now?" they are so confused.
I'm blowing kisses.
All right, Orion, you have a small child with you.
Put them on your shoulders.
Hold up the kid. Hold up the kid.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, while holding Jamie, I'm gonna pull out my hacky sack and start doing some hacky sack tricks.
Okay, so you have Jamie like on your shoulders while you're doing hacky sack tricks?
Yes.
Okay, roll what do I make you roll for that?
charm too, right? Like,
yeah, it's probably a charm.
Okay.
Alright.
We are having it.
Ooh, yeah.
We made that day great.
All those natural ones led up to this.
You, Orion, you like the first thing that people see is a small child, and they're like, "What?" and then you come out with a hacky sack, and like everyone's very confused, and then Jamie says, "Shut up, Jamie!" holding his fists up in the air, and everyone does the exact same thing. They all yell, "Shut up, Jamie!" and raise their fists into the air. It is wild. The administration has lost all control over the assembly at this point. The basketball players.
Are they like throwing things now, like confetti and like paper and whatnot?
It's mostly like notebook paper, whatever they can reach around them. Like it's wild.
We use this as our opportunity to escape through the back door.
Let's go.
At the moment, you guys are the focus. You need to find a way to move the focus away from you, because everyone's looking at you.
You said they're playing a game, right?
They were trying to, but then you appeared out of the ground.
Does anybody have like a microphone, like probably near the center of the basketball court?
The administration, the far side of it with the administration, like this is a pep assembly. They were doing like tricks and stuff with the basketball and whatever. So like someone was announcing stuff. So there is a microphone where the administration is.
Penny, shout that there's free ice cream outside.
All right.
Yeah, at the we have a restaurant, a drive-in restaurant, don't we?
A&W?
We'll just shout that it's outside, and we'll escape with the tide of people.
Free
There's
float.
the ice cream truck outside.
Free float at the A&W.
Are you saying like right now, or are you just saying free floats at the A&W?
Right now.
Okay. Roll charm one more time.
Come on, Penny.
Oh my gosh!
Somebody else shout with me. I'll use my token. Somebody else repeat it and use their token.
I'll help her out.
Okay.
Start the
So Kimberly, you're helping out. How many tokens are you using?
We need to
got
get away,
two.
girl.
Gotta use all of them.
both. I'm gonna use 2.
Go for it.
So Penny says that everything kind of goes silent for a moment. Like what? And Kimberly like, free floats now! Free floats now! Free floats now! And the crowd starts chanting, and like the administration's like, well, I don't think there's free floats, and then
just squawks over them trying to say that, and then start sprinting for the doors.
So you guys start
Being
sprinting
like,
for the
come
doors,
on, everybody, come on!
and everyone takes that as the cue to follow you guys to get free floats. So now there is a mad rush to the doors to get free floats alongside all of you guys.
Okay.
I'm sort of running ahead because like I figured that like the quail, if he started running, like everybody would start going. But
Penny,
I tried. Hold on. But I try to like grab everybody and duck into the locker room.
Okay. Then in that case, I need a group flight roll.
Okay.
Oh my
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh!
Wow. Okay, so you
So much
guys
for that.
all get an adversity token as the tide of teenagers is too strong, and you're all swept out into the street. As there is a once you get out into the street, there's a mad dash towards the A&W to be the first ones. Basically, Clay, you're just kind of like pointing everyone in the direction of the A&W as this giant crowd is moving in that direction. Everything is just like gotten out of administration's hands. Unfortunately, now that you guys are like behind the entire crowd, administration is starting to move in your guys' direction.
Clay, I need you fly away. hover up like 3 feet, and then just fly away.
No, I'm gonna use since I'm still in cult, I'm gonna use a token and stop time again.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Because like the administration is close enough that with one token I can stop it and get everybody else
I
to
can
go.
go.
Okay. So
Okay.
yes.
Just while in the split seconds that the crowds are around us, do I see either of my friends, Ursa or Lara?
Roll brains. It's gonna be a fairly high check to see them in this chaos.
Whoa! 14.
You see both of them.
Okay.
And they're kind of swept up with all this craziness as they're moving in the direction of the.
Get rid of Jamie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If
Like,
we need him
I
later,
want to go
though.
up to him really quick and just be like, "It's Jamie, please watch him."
You run up and you say that and like, what? Ryan, everything all right? Why is Jamie here?
And then I'll just give it to him. Bye, Jamie. Thanks for playing with me.
Bye bye. He kind of waves in your direction.
Okay.
Wait, what? Ryan, what's going on? Are you gonna get free floats? He's like kind of holding. Hey, Jamie, stop crawling on me.
It's a paper mache demon.
So, and that's when, Clay, you stop time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Using a single token, you kind of like drop down that dome of time stop where everything kind of slows to a halt. The crowd that's ahead of it doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
As they're all rushing too excited to get free floats at the A&W. Let me get rid of this token.
What's the last one we're after? Statue of Jeb Coyote. Any of you guys know where that is? Which direction?
Town Square, I think.
We need to go to the funicular and go down. Because we're at the top. We're at the school.
Let's break and go to that then.
We're at the top level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully there's enough pandemonium in town with all these kids running around to where we can funicular our way down unmolested.
I hope nobody remembers this. There's too many adults to answer to.
Uh-huh.
I know.
Not if we
Kimberly
blast
and
the
Patty,
minds.
like, called out your name specifically.
You guys start heading in the direction of the funicular. Quick question. You do notice that there's a bike rack?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Are we gonna steal
So-
bikes?
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah,
Would you
we're
like to
taking
steal some bikes?
Yep.
Oh,
Sure.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the 80s. They didn't really lock things up because they trusted people. But in stop time, it's fairly easy to take the bikes as you guys start cycling in
If
the
I-
direction.
Do I see one of my friend's bikes?
I was gonna say like I see bikes that like I'm familiar with, and so I
Yeah.
could like return them later.
Yeah, that's what I've.
Do all of you do something similar to that?
Yeah.
Could try.
So I just steal one straight up, knowing that I'm rich enough to replace it.
I forgot my
Okay.
friend.
I'll steal Josh's bike.
I'm gonna guess that my friends don't have bikes.
I vaguely remember. No, they don't. You're right. They don't. They usually get dropped off by their parents in the morning.
I don't remember my friend's name.
Um,
Name.
I know who you're talking about.
I find his bike. I know he has a bike, so I just take his.
Penny and Ryan, you guys just take random bikes?
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys start cycling down in the direction of the funicular. As you cycle, you look off to the side where the hotel is, and it looks vastly larger than before. It's growing in size, and the bay around it, Frankie, is looking a lot more like the image you saw in that other place.
Are we still seeing water?
Yep.
Yeah.
Down below where the bridge was, instead of a bridge, now there's a ferry.
So collecting the stones by itself does not help any of this. So we gotta hurry up and
Get the next one.
Put them together, get to the concert.
It's getting fairly late in the day, as it's almost quitting time for the school, which means you have a few hours left before things kick off at the hotel. But that should be enough time to find the last segment and make your way with the crowds to the concert.
Okay.
As you cycle to the funicular, you start heading down to the middle layer. Where are you guys going?
I think we're gonna try Town Square, next to the what is it called? The main town building.
Okay. As you guys get out of the funicular, the first thing you notice is that there's police at several corners. They're searching the area.
Oh boy.
So you guys would probably need to be a little bit more stealthy to get around places, not be spotted, which will be difficult because one of you is a quail.
Right.
We can light a flare off and then go around.
Can we see the map? Where could we start a flare that won't actually cause damage, but will catch it?
So you guys are right at the funicular station.
Yeah, in the middle, the very, very middle.
Town Square is that big space, so it's only about a block away.
In front of First Mind.
There's no police present in the funicular area, only in like the town proper. And there, you don't have a massive police force. So whoever was down in the mine, if those were police officers, and maybe a few other police officers. So there's maybe 2 in the street right outside the funicular.
Well,
you guys can wait for the police officers to move on, or you can try and sneak around.
I kind of like the flare idea, actually. Just hooking
Like
it somewhere for a distraction.
I like that, like, because if they see the smoke, well,
The thing is, we have to sneak. It's kind of an open area, isn't it? We'd have to kind of sneak around to find a place to light it anyway.
We could just toss it in a garbage can,
Yeah.
that's true.
like next to the funicular. There might be a little bit more.
The pop stuff from the bonfire, does it actually like pop?
It kind of explodes like a firework. You saw it happen.
Toss that
So
in the garbage
Put
can.
a little bit of that
Yeah,
in
there
there.
you go.
Okay. Yeah.
I like this plan.
Put it right here next to the funicular. They'll get super spooked that the main method of transportation in town's about to burn down or something's going on.
Yeah.
We can
Don't
use that as the
forget.
opportunity to move
Or
on.
they like listen.
We've really
We're
done
really
a number
good
on
at this.
town. Yeah.
So you guys exit the station. I need a flight roll so you guys can hide, so you're not immediately caught after the flare.
Oh no.
Wow.
Whoa!
21!
Kimberly's
Alright.
a ninja.
Injured and everything.
Okay. Kimberly, the moment you see a bush, you just fall into it. Because you're just so in so much pain.
So I see that there's a. I'm just thinking about how I rolled. I know there's like a little parking lot right outside the funicular station.
Yeah.
I like, try a couple of cars and see if any of them are open, and I could just like hide in there.
Okay. With your flight roll, I'd say this is the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gambling, I know.
I say it's doable. You try a couple of the doors, and you already roll grit.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. You try a couple doors. On the third car, the back door opens, and you're able to hop into the back seat.
I just kind of like lean over because I'm still wearing coat. So.
Yeah. Who's gonna do the deed? Who's gonna throw the flare into the garbage can?
I guess me.
What would that be? Would that be a grit roll?
Yeah, it would be a grit roll to
Have a high grit.
I'm D10.
Me?
No, I have an 8.
I have an 8.
So Frankie's doing
You
it.
want to do it,
Yeah, I
Frank?
can do it. Sure. Can I assume your magic powder?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, so Frankie, you go over to
Can I also add a token to my flight? I rolled a 3. I was curious if I can get it up to a 4.
it was a group roll, and you Kimberly rolled high enough to meet the median, so you guys are fine.
Interesting. Gotcha.
Um,
So I'm rolling grit to light this place on fire.
Yeah, roll grit, and what are your abilities again?
Are you talking about prepared 2 adversity tokens to have a commonplace item, and I'm skilled at fixing bikes? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what the skilled that part was the part I was trying to figure out.
Fixing bikes.
Prepared would probably work because you have the components necessary for this.
Yeah, I don't have 2 adversity tokens, however.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll grit. That's pretty good. As you kind of stick the clay to the end of the flare, you twist it and it pops into life. You drop it into the garbage can. You run over to where Kimberly is and hide behind her body. As the garbage can just, you hear, and the entire thing detonates into a heavy blue flame that's kind of spilled off to the wall of the building into the funicular. It doesn't start like taking over the entire building or anything like that, but it is a lot of commotion, and the police officers start running in the direction of the garbage can. You guys have a moment and are able to run in the opposite direction, and the police officers don't see you with that distraction.
Are we running with the bikes, or are we able to ride the bikes?
Well, I use "run" as just a general word. You're just fleeing the scene, basically, from your.
Last time we said run, we lost our bikes.
That's true.
That's a good point. You are fleeing the scene, as you have done many times today, and make it to the town square area where, sitting in the middle of the park, there is a statue of Jebediah Coyote. And this is where we're going to end it for tonight's session. Thank you, everyone, for watching episode 4, part 3 of Coyote Canyon. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or wherever. We have social medias. You can listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, and basically anywhere you listen to podcasts. This has been That Washington Sound Coyote Canyon.